Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, sir. So we are back into the game. Sorry again for the downtime, but it looks like the kills are 18-4. Blue team is up 10k gold. Pressing here, they just picked up a dragon. I also found out that if you're not looking at dragon when it's killed, the announcer will tell you that the team has picked up a dragon. Good thing that it doesn't do that when you're just normally playing the game, because otherwise, you know, you'd have dragon timer always if you were the other team and didn't see the dragon go down. Looks like Jan actually has an oracle here. She's using it to counter ward right now. You remove vision, which is what they want to do. They have a huge advantage, so they're going to keep using it. Looks like Shen has done the same. He actually just picked up an oracle for the red team, trying to fight over those wards, get that ward advantage. It's like Noname2Lazy 3-0-6, so he's able to pick up some kills in the meantime, or actually some assists from the last time. So we actually haven't missed that much from the last push. They were able to take out a base turn, it looks like, but they weren't able to convert the inhibitor, so red was able to push them back off of that. And now blue just really positioning, pushing lanes, trying to position for Baron, trying to force the fight while they have this big advantage that they've built for themselves. MadThunder, props to him. He's actually been doing a great job warding out right here, or actually farming up in the meantime while he's been down and started to get kills. He had those early kills, but hasn't been able to convert it, and they have been pushed out. And Shen actually jumping to Soraka, of all people. Valiant actually trapped over the wall. Is not going to be able to escape out. So will he be able to do it? Will he just barely live? Oh, he will get GA'd. So he will start with the GA, and Graves in and out. Graves in and out. So he's going to pull out of this. They did get the Baron, but he will get stunned by a nice Flash Frost right there. It looks like, oh, wow, that wall is able to stop 3 of the red team members from escaping. MadThunder is going to go down. It looks like Urgot's going to be able to take out 12 Tone. Now it's up to Olaf. Olaf trying to hunt down and clean up this team fight just a little bit, but he does have 2 carries running after him. The good news, if you realize it, though, is Noname2Lazy actually does not have any mana. So he's not going to be able to do much to try to stop them out here. They're going to be able to pick up a kill there. Soraka just sitting in here, and actually Battle could actually take this on. He can actually kill both of them right now, because if he has no mana, he throws down Glacial, just, you know, Storm to be a pest, but really he had nothing there. And I'm surprised Battle actually didn't try to pursue that a little bit longer.
Yeah, he should have manned up, man. If you're playing Olaf, you play any sort of man character, you got to man up there. Oh, man, but that was a nice steal by Shen in the play there.
I mean that not only was that amazing, but you know, it really is like it's keeping you alive. Whenever you're able to steal a Baron like that, it's not necessarily that you're gonna get the Baron and like other teams that are ahead, you're able to like go down and take out turrets now. But it's more like you've staved off the blue team's ability to push, so you've extended your chance to farm up and try to catch up against the blue team. See if they do decide to actually come out here. It looks like blue team actually doing some pings, possibly for wards. To get placed down here for their team. Looks like I don't see an oracle for the blue team. So they will actually not have that advantage in here. Looks like Shen does have an oracle, so he will be good to go here, and red should start to get the map, at least the vision advantage on the map, as Shen goes and tries to clear out wards. It looks like blue just decides they just want to push down the gut. Maybe still hold on to this advantage and keep something going. Valiant clearing out Raise at this point. I mean, they might just be in a passive stance too, just because they have to deal with a Baron, and they know that they probably aren't going to be able to push underneath the turret completely.
I think they killed most of the players. The only person with Baron buff right now is probably, what, Soraka and Olaf?
Yeah, Soraka and Olaf actually have the Baron buff, and really, like, you're not scared of necessarily like the damage potential just from like Soraka or anything like that, but you know, they just have this extra sustain, and Olaf becomes a lot more scary for your AD carries when he's able to run in with a Baron buff on top of what he normally has as well. Coming out of that team fight, red also able to, you know, buy up some extra items, finish some stuff off. Looks like we have for Valiant at least, yeah, he has his Triforce, his Wit's End. He has a Hex Drinker, and his J that is down currently, but I mean, that's a very tanky, deadly Aurelia that can just dive into your back ranks. Olaf again, as we look at his items, very, very tanky, tank heavy. He's not really high on the damage side. If he was maybe a little bit higher on the damage side, he might be a bigger threat. And maybe Baron Buff will be good enough to push him over a little bit. For the most part, he's just basically a tank ball that's trying to stop you from running away by having that frozen mallet. You just see if it'll work out for him. He also even has a thorn mail in here. So blue just keeping their lanes pushed. Shen is able to come in at a moment's notice if they want. They should be able to take this outer turret fairly easily. And now they're going to try to push in. And the question is, will they be able to get this base turret? Now they have a bottom base turret, or base inhib that's actually completely open. If they wanted to press in on that and try to force a 5-man and go for the inhibitor, that is an option for them. Shen's still pushing bottom. It looks like they're actually going to give up this base turret, possibly. They give a lot of damage on it. There's basically one wave push away from going in here. Graves would have to use a lot of his burst potential to try to clear out a wave, possibly. It's like Olaf trying to throw his axe to do that. They're going to push him out here, zone him out, and it is down. And there's a swap onto MadThunder. Great swap there. Instantly dashes out of it. There's no Shen out coming in. He's desperately trying to run back here. Shen is, using Stand United, but he's using on Olaf here. Dashes through, taunts 2 members of the enemy team. They're able to take down Janna. Noname2Lazy still alive here, putting out his damage. And the only one left alive is this Soraka, which is not going to be enough. And Valiant actually going in here wants to get the Soraka. Soraka's actually going to pop her Shirela's Reverie and be able to kite him and be able to survive that. So Gardevoir actually is
the best Pokemon.
Yeah, the best Pokemon in League of Legends, apparently. Leafeon, you don't even count anymore.
But yeah, it looks like they're going to pick up 2 inhibs here. I don't think they can pressure these base turrets.
Oh, chunking action from that Urgot. That was pretty scary. Noname2Lazy picking up the inhibitor. Now they're gonna be pushing, clear out these waves constantly. All their lanes are gonna be pushing by far now. They got 2 inhibs down. They're killing a lot of minions at the Nexus. Really, they can back off, go buy up, probably prep for the next Baron with all these pushing lanes, or even just press top if they want. And they're both viable options for them to close out this game. Potentially. Red down about 10k. We are hitting the 35-minute mark, so 10k isn't as bad as it would be, 10 minutes earlier, but it's still a disadvantage. We're going to see Blues, buying up their items now. Looks like Urgot's picking up an Oracles for his team, so they can try to get that advantage, that vision advantage. Shen does not have his Oracles anymore. Looking at Rise, he hasn't finished quite enough items. He's farmed up decently, but he's died a lot in the process. And Frozen Heart, Banshee's Veil is pretty good, but you don't quite have the damage output they want from Rise. He needs some other item in there to actually give him possibly some APN mana, or just something else to give him a little bit more damage.
And also, this just in, it looks like Team Cardius, that is going up against Team Bite, is going on right now on our RYW Media 2 channel. And it looks like Team Cardius is in a massive advantage. And it looks like they will probably go ahead and take this one down. But it is not quite over yet.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see, what, Red Team, they can't really close out wards. Great wall there actually on to Soraka. Great Flash Frost, able to pick her off. She should go down after this, but Shirela's Reverie is to safety. But now Valiant's actually on MadThunder 1v1. That's definitely what they don't want. Nocturne's going to jump in here. The cleanse is a little bit too late. MadThunder is down, and unfortunately I think that is going to be the downfall for this team. Definitely having him fall, and blue team should be able to press in now and close out this game. Shen, really not going to be able to stop anything. Soraka not really going to be able to stop a press in by the blue team. And, it should be Noname2Lazy moving on in this tournament. Soraka just taking that to the face at this point. Doesn't even care. And Endless Integrity doing his best. Sitting there, Shen. There's the surrender from the red team, realizing that it is over. So good game to them. They actually, they had a really good start. A good potential to snowball, but blue team, just playing to their MVP strengths, able to pull it out in the end.
Yeah, I definitely being a spectator in that one as opposed to a pure commentator. Interesting process. I was watching it full screen, so I was watching it side by side with the rest of our fans and spectators. I thought it was a pretty good game, although it did get a little bit out of control. I'm trying to think what they could do a little bit differently. I feel like just the top laner really got out of control pretty hard, and then they with the Nocturne to be able to shut down that clutch Shen ults, it really snowballed their composition. So they played that really well. So congrats to Team Noname2Lazy. They're going to move on. But Team MadThunder, don't be upset yet. You still get a chance to play for more Riot points. You're going to go into our third place match.